What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hammerstag, and today let's talk about this phone over here, the OnePlus 8 Pro. So a lot of the times over the past few months since I started this channel, a lot of people will comment that I'm a OnePlus fanboy, I always side with OnePlus, and that's probably because I do tons of videos with the OnePlus 8 Pro. I've done a lot of camera tests, a lot of speed tests, a lot of videos with the OnePlus 8 Pro that people may think that I'm a full-on OnePlus user. And if you actually follow this channel from the beginning, you guys would know that I've actually used the OnePlus 6 for a good amount of time, for about 2 years. I went on to the S20 Plus and then to the OnePlus 8 Pro. And in between the OnePlus 8 Pro to today, I've used many other phones, the Xiaomi Mi 10, Poco F2 Pro, I've used the Oppo Find X2 and many other phones, even the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And I am actually back to the OnePlus 8 Pro, and there's a reason for it. So for me right now, I feel like the OnePlus 8 Pro is one of the best, or if not the best phone to get in 2020. So you can call me a OnePlus fanboy, you can call me whatever you want, but hear me out. But one of the major features that makes this such a great phone is of course the Oxygen OS. That goes without saying that I feel that this is the best UI there is out there. There is definitely many other UIs out there that maybe you're more familiar with, that you're more comfortable with, that you'll like more. But I would say this is the perfect balance between the stock Android and what you can get with other added features. There are of course like many other UIs out there like One UI, EMUI, MIUI that I've already used and tested before. But this one I would say, in terms of the simplicity, the whole power, in terms of the whole speed, this one, cuts it the best. And if you look at it, most of other companies, they're trying to cut down on their UI, make it a bit more simple, make it a bit more stock Android-ish. But you have to remember that OnePlus have been doing this for the Oxygen OS even since the OnePlus 2, which has been a very, very long time. And you can feel its more polishedness of how they've been doing it. Everything it doesn't feel very clunky, doesn't feel very chunky, and it's very cut down, very minimal, and it's a very easy phone to use. And like I said, I've used many other phones before with different UIs and so on. And going on from sometimes those phones to another phone, it does take that time to actually get that learning curve, to adapt to that new phone. But when it comes to always OnePlus, it's very easy to get back on this phone, and you kind of miss it for its own simplicity, its own power and everything so on. And with that whole simplicity, this phone really just feels very fast, because everything you want to do, it just gets you there without any problems, without any ads, which again is a very nice feature to have. And talking about its powerfulness, a lot of times I kind of forget how powerful this phone is. Like at the end of the day, or maybe even the half-day mark, I'm trying to open up a few apps and it does slow down. It's a bit kind of laggy, and I kind of wonder why. And sometimes I just open up the recent tabs and I found out I have like 10, 20, 30 apps already open at the back, which I haven't closed yet. And a lot of times, this is the best thing. A lot of times if you go back to the first 5 apps and you click on it, it just goes to where you left it. And it's all about how they optimize this whole software, which I really, really do like on OnePlus phones. And that's just about the software side of things, the Oxygen OS. And if you couple Oxygen OS with the 2020 flagship hardware specs, you're gonna get a very great experience. So you couple that with the Snapdragon 865, the best flagship chipset you can get in 2020, it just makes the whole experience much faster, much more powerful. Everything you want to do, from gaming, from tasks, from social media, everything will just run very smooth, very fast. And if you couple that with the 120Hz display, you can even go up to Quad HD, which is something very nice that you don't get on many other phones. Again, the whole viewing experience, watching content, again, will make it very, very nice. Even like phones like Samsung, they don't even do Quad HD at 120Hz, which of course will drain your battery a lot, but who cares? And one of the more underrated features that this phone has that many other phones don't even have is this video smoothing feature with the MEMC chip. It just kind of boosts up your content you're watching to 60Hz, kind of force that up to 60Hz on Netflix, on YouTube or whatsoever, which is something I really, really do enjoy. And it does give that extra premium feeling to this phone that, like I said, many other phones don't have. Yes, it may look a bit weird, it may look a bit different kind of thing, awkward, but at the end of the day, it does have that premium feel, like I said, to it, which is something again I really, really do enjoy. And again, talking about the 12 gigs of RAM, because this phone comes with 12 gigs of RAM, and like I mentioned, you go back to so many other apps in the beginning of the day or whatever, and it still does run perfectly. And also, if you couple this with the 4510 mAh battery on this, you're gonna get a full day usage, which is something very, very good and something I can't say for many other phones. So one of the major features that I was looking forward to the OnePlus 8 series that maybe decide to go for the 8 Pro instead of the OnePlus 8 is the wireless charging. This is one major feature that I was looking forward for so many years. It's one of the reasons why I skipped the OnePlus 7 series and go on to the OnePlus 8 Pro. And yes, wireless charging, like a lot of times, you know, their phones are always with the glass spec, very nice premium build or whatever, but they don't have wireless charging, which is something that has been missing, and a lot of fans have been always asking for this added feature. And yes, many people will just say, you know, wired charging with that warp charge is already fast enough, you don't have to worry about it. And if you want to use the fast wireless charging on it, you gotta get the proprietary wireless charging. And I did use it for quite some time, but after a while, I don't really use it that much. I only use it when I'm at home. And it's more the convenience sake that you don't have to bring cables around, you don't have to find an extra cable. I have a wireless power bank anyway, so it just makes it much easier and it just makes it much more convenient. So again, other features that make this phone a great phone is the fact that you get finally an IP rating, which is something that has been missing on OnePlus phones for the past few years. Get stereo speakers, which again does make the whole viewing experience much better. And all of this, if you couple this in a phone like this, in a form factor like this, again, it just makes this phone a really great phone. So like most of OnePlus phones, there is one major Achilles heel with it, which are their cameras. A lot of times I try to recommend this phone to a lot of people, but although I'm gonna say like, you know, this phone is great, the specs are really good, but when it comes to the cameras, it was very hard for me to recommend because a lot of people will always look for a phone with good cameras. And that goes without saying that this phone doesn't have a good hardware to it. All of OnePlus phones have always had good hardware to their camera setup over here. But when it comes to the image processing part, it isn't that great, I would say. It's not the same level as the Google Pixels, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the Samsungs, the Huawei's, and like these major brands. But it's nice to say that with the OnePlus 8 Pro, I can safely recommend this phone for its cameras. The fact that you have Ultra Steady mode, which they didn't have before, which I really do like. They have that 48 megapixel main shooter, your 48 megapixel ultra wide, and your macro or whatsoever, and your controversial color filter. And even for selfies, they do really take very good selfies, which I really do like. Maybe with some color correction, they could improve this. They have really made some major upgrades to their camera system, which I really do like. And you guys have seen, I did a lot of camera tests with this, comparing it with the Huawei P40 Pro, the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the S20 Plus, and many other phones. And it's very nice to know that this one can actually challenge them up. It's almost equal, I would say, maybe with a few, you know, drawbacks here and there. But overall, this is a good phone with good cameras in it. So that is it. This is my long-term review of the OnePlus 8 Pro. Probably for me, it's one of the best phones in 2020. We'll see how it goes. There's only about 2 to 3 months left before, you know, 2020 ends, which thank God it will finally end. Of course, that's just my opinion. Do leave a comment down below what you guys think about the OnePlus 8 Pro. Or if you are already a user, tell me how's your experience with it so far, and let's have a nice chit chat over down there. So if you did enjoy this video, do click that like and smash that subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. And also do follow me in my socials as well on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hummus Tech. So that is it. This is Dr. Hummus Tech. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands.